It's Comic Corner time. It's September 4th, so technically it should be for the week of September 4th, but because I've missed the last 2 weeks, in fact, I missed the week of August 21st because Fan Expo was starting the 22nd, so I didn't go to the comic shop. And then last week, which would have been the August 28th week, I was working. And so I was working basically up until yesterday. Yesterday I could have gone in, but generally what ends up happening is they pull all the old new books off the shelf and put them in the old new books section, and then put all the new books up for Wednesday. So it made no sense for me to go yesterday, considering I was going to be having to go today anyways. So I knew it was going to be expensive, but I wasn't planning on this. So, first off, one of the comics I was waiting for, the Harbinger number 14, came in. So I've got that. Next up, continuing on with quite a few horror comics. Night of the Living Dead. I believe this was from last week. It's hard to remember. But this is continuing on. Story. They ended up at the army base at this point, and things aren't going as well as they planned. Who would have thought? Hellraiser, The Dark Watch. This is issue number 7. It might have been last week as well. I can't remember. But yeah, things are getting pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All different hells are fighting each other, and oh yeah, it's well, what do you expect from the mind of Clive Barker, right? His stuff is pretty nutty, so it's don't think he's actually writing these, but either way, continuing on with the Crossed series. This is Badlands, and this is number 35, issue 35. This has got sort of like I guess he's supposed to be the Pope or a Cardinal or something. I don't know. But that was the cover I liked the best out of what was left. Another... like I said, a lot of horror comics. Morbius, the Living Vampire, issue number 8. It'll be interesting to see where they go at this point. It's starting to veer away from the storyline I was really into, and starting to get more superhero-y-ish. Does that make any sense? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 25. Basically, one of the turtles has been brainwashed at this point. I'm not even going to tell you which one. So, yeah, they're trying to deal with that and figure out how to, I don't know, get him back, essentially. You know, he's a member of the family, and gotta get him back. Continuing on, Jericho, Season 4, Issue 4. Cover's kind of lame, but I don't want the photo covers that they put out, so I go with whatever else is there. Oh yeah, number 7, issue number 7 of the new G.I. Joe saga, which means this should be issue number 193 of the continuing of the old G.I. Joe stories. I love that Larry Hama is writing the G.I. Joe stories again, because that's just awesome. Like, I mean, if you read the old G.I. Joe stuff, I liked what Devil's Due Publishing put out, with a sort of a, several years after the fact, we need G.I. Joe again. Let's bring back these retired G.I. Joe guys. Picked up another Spawn. This is 235. Again, I'm just buying these because I like McFarlane. I like his art, so he did the cover, so I picked it up. Truth be told, I want to read the Spawn stuff, so eventually I will be picking that up. 2 issues of X Factor. The End of X Factor Part 5 and Part 6. These are issues number 261 and 262 respectively. Since this is Part 6 of 6, I'm guessing this is the last issue. I don't know. If I see another X Factor come out, then I guess my answer will be there. If not, But yeah, this one's from this week. Number 6 from this week. Part 5, I think, was from 2 weeks ago. I could be wrong. Could have been last week. I don't know. New this week: Army of Darkness versus Hack Slash number 2. This is one of the issues that I had to get, or number 1 was one of the issues that I had to get ordered for me, but I got that, so I've read it, so I'm good to go. And then what I wasn't expecting was this week. I don't read DC. I don't read. There's maybe 1 or 2 titles from DC that I would be into. Well, there's more than I would be into, but there's 1 or 2 that I would actually collect if I was going to be collecting them. And I do have a collection of certain ones, but this week they put out a whole bunch of crazy one-shots and all, I don't know. Somebody tried to explain it to me. I don't know what's going on. These are all .1s. But the thing about them was they have lenticular covers on them. So, you know, it's a selling gimmick. I didn't get all of them. There were some that were already sold out because apparently they are in limited amounts being shipped to each store. Now they are going to release regular versions of all of these, but yeah, for so like I mean the place where I go, Cyber City Comics, he was saying one of the titles he has over 80 regular people who buy it, and you know, like even just for his pulls and stuff like that. And he I think they shipped him 30. I guess it was 30, whatever. So he couldn't even give one of these to every regular person that would normally get the titles. And the regular versions of these are apparently coming out 3 weeks after the fact. So, I don't know. But I saw this cover. I don't know if the lenticularness really shows up on camera because of the light or not. But I saw this Joker cover and I was like, because I wasn't really, whatever, I didn't care about him. But I saw that and I was like, okay, I have to get that. And then, you know, the OCD starts kicking in and I picked up, what was next to it? It was, I think it was this, no, it was this one, which also was a cool cover. I don't know, this is Batman Dark Knight, but now it's Ventriloquist. So they're all villains or something on the covers. So it's this Ventriloquist cover, which is really, really cool. And then I saw the Two-Face cover, which was this is Batman and Robin. And I was like, yeah, it's not too good. But I was already with the other two, and I'm like, gotta get them all. So, there's also, this is Justice League. So this is Darkseid on the cover. And probably one of the stupidest ones. This is Action Comics. This is Cyborg Superman. Whatever. Green Arrow is Count Vertigo. This is a little different. It's kind of cool. You don't really get the effect unless you see it in person, but it's kind of gives you that vertigo effect. Stay. Then there was this one from The Flash. It's Grodd. I don't even know who Grodd is. I don't even think the cover's that great either. But whatever. Had to get it. Detective Comics. This is Poison Ivy. That one was a pretty good cover. And then this is for Earth 2, which I don't even know what that is. And it's Desaad. But I like this cover. This guy looks like a demon-y warlock type thing going on. And yes, I realize these are all just gimmicks, but whatever. And the last one I got, this is for Justice... I don't know, Justice League something. And this is Creeper, and I like this one as well. Sort of a Oni type looking dude. Japanese looking. He's got the chains and stuff, so that's a very cool cover as well. I think there was a Green Lantern that I didn't get, and then I think probably another Justice League cover that I didn't get either. So I'm missing 2, maybe 3 of the ones released this week. And apparently there's going to be releases weekly of these. Because I don't read these, I might keep a couple of them. Like I might keep that Joker one. A couple of the other ones just to actually put up on the wall type thing as display, because they are really cool. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll give them a once through, read them. If I like them, I may go back and start reading them, but not likely. That's too much money. I don't have that kind of cash. There's too many things I already want to read. And but I figure, you know what, I'll give them a read through. If I don't want to keep them, I will sell them, because apparently these are like I said, 30 copies. He is what he got. 80 people read it normally that he would pull, and he normally goes through probably about 100 to 120 copies, so that's 90 people who aren't getting hologram covers if they wanted hologram covers. So, and there are stores out there who will pull all the hologram covers and not give you any. So I'm sure people will be searching for these. So, not to be a person to capitalize on other people's misfortunes, but I'm going to capitalize on other people's misfortunes if I choose to get rid of these. Yeah, and hopefully make some money back, because this was a really expensive week. And a lot of it, I know is my fault. There's probably about $30-$40 worth of those hologram cover thingies here. But that's neither here nor there. I liked them. They were cool. And gimmicks tend to... I don't know. I fall for those gimmicks. I'm not going to lie. You want to give me a little something extra, I'm willing to bite on it. Hey, they do... What is it? The multiple covers and stuff like that? Hey, there's a gimmick. Variants, all that kind of stuff. Come on. If that isn't already a gimmick... Yeah, but if any of you remember collecting comics in the 90s, you remember what happened with all those gimmicks. Some of them are really, really cheap now. Like, really cheap. Not so much collector's items, are they? Web of Spider-Man. So, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite them. They keep the print low. They don't reprint these, or come up with a magic, oh, we found more scenario. So they do become collector's items, and people will at least have that going for them. They do cost $1 more than the regular version, so you are paying for it. But unlike the 90s where they were producing mass amounts of these comics. This one does seem like it is in limited amounts, so we'll see. But yeah, are you into the gimmicks? Are you looking for these hologram covers? Let me know down in the doobly-doo. You know where to post the comments. On a side note, were you collecting comics in the 90s? Do you get all caught up in that big craze? Valiant was big on it. There was glow-in-the-dark covers and hologram covers, like real holograms, not the lenticular kind. Die-cut covers, that was another one. I think Wolverine issue 50 was one that came out with a die-cut cover. What other... Cards were kind of big at that point too, so you were getting trading cards and bags and stuff, and posters. Yeah, there was all sorts of crazy stuff. Chromium, I think, was another thing that they were doing that was coming out. And don't get me wrong, some of those covers are still pretty cool, but others not so much. So it's yeah, I got caught up in it. I'm not gonna lie, I bought multiple copies of several issues. But to my defense, I did want to collect a lot of those series, so and now I'm actually purchasing a lot of those old series now that you can find a lot of them in the dollar bin sometimes. So that being said, hey, the 90s is paying off for me now. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Catch you in the next video. Take care.